In order for you to be the main character in your life, you're going to have to do main character shit. Just like every main character in any movie or TV show that you watch, the role of the main character is to be tested, which means on your journey to becoming the main character, you will be tested. And when those tests come, you will have to choose whether you're going to remain the main character or if you're going to step back into a character with a smaller role. The thing is, no matter what, you will be playing a character, and you either will consciously choose who that character is, or you will let the people around you decide that character for you. The sad thing is, a majority of men choose the latter. They decide to go to school instead of the things their parents tell them to. They get a career in the thing that people tell them is safe, even though they hate it. They wake up every morning and go to a job, listen to a boss that they don't like, do tasks they hate, and just sit there and accept reality for what other people tell them it should be. And the thing is, I did this for such a long time. That's why I know these things. I remember I would stay awake at night as a kid just dreaming of the things that I wanted to be able to accomplish, of being able to provide for the people in my life in ways that they never even knew was possible. The becoming the person that was capable of it, the getting the girl, the person who was fearless and just had enough courage to be able to do anything that they put their mind to. But as I got older, that dream started to diminish. It started to get smaller because I started to listen to the people around me. And I fell into the role that they deemed my character to be in their movie instead of the main character in my own. I became a side character in someone else's plot instead of dictating the plot that I was going to go on. And I ended up getting a 9 to 5. I would wake up every single morning and I would go into work and I would watch these people and just take advantage of anybody who would come in that needed help. I worked at a gym for the longest time and I would just see the owners of the gym just make fun of the people who are coming in and just talk down on them. And I would get into arguments with them day in and day out. Like I would always be in trouble for something because I did not agree with the way that they ran the business because I thought they were just doing it to take advantage of people. And it was something that I just could not stand for. But the thing is, because I didn't know another way, because I decided to be a character in somebody else's movie, I had to accept it. And the way that I got over it was I just continuously went out and I drank all the time. On the weekends, I would go out with my friends and I would just get blackout drunk. And then I'd wake up on Monday and I would do it again and I would do it again and I would do it again. And even though my job changed, I still played the same role within these different 9 to 5s that I was in. And I would continue to use the same method of relief to be able to make me okay with the reality that I was settling for. Until eventually I got to a point where I decided that I was no longer going to live this life. I was no longer going to be a cog in somebody else's wheel. I was going to finally become the person that I knew I was put on this earth to become. As soon as I made that decision, I became severely depressed. I couldn't get out of bed in the morning. I would curl up into a ball and I would just hate my life. And it wasn't because the way my brain was wired, like the therapist that I went to tried to tell me. It was because as soon as I tried to step into that new version of me, the people who I knew and loved started to distance themselves from me because they were so used to the role that I was playing with in my life up until that point. And what I know now that I didn't know back then is that the reason I was depressed was because I knew who I wanted to become, but I was so attached to the character that I currently was that I didn't want to let go of my current character to become the new one. The character that you are now created the reality that you currently experience. And if you continue to try and create a new reality from the same character, you will never be able to because this character was built for this role specifically within the film that it is playing within. For you to be able to change your role, you must change your character. You must step into the main character. When you do that, you will be tested, like I said before. And the only way for you to be able to stay the main character is to be able to pass these tests. And the key to passing these tests is by removing the limiting beliefs that are keeping you stuck within your current character and replacing them with new ones that align with the person that you want to become. The issue is you built your entire life around the beliefs that you currently hold. Until you learn how to separate yourself from these current beliefs, you will never allow yourself to take the actions needed for you to become the person that you want to become. Why? Because your beliefs dictate your actions. Your beliefs decide the thoughts and feelings that your body generates, and then your body will use that as a indicator on how you should act within a certain situation. So if you spent your entire life doing what other people tell you to. As soon as you decide to walk your own path, to become the person that you want to become, your body will start to fight you. Because what you're doing is you're now creating a new character. You're stepping into the unknown, and your body does not like that. But in order for you to become something new, you have to step into the unknown. Everything that was ever created started from nothing. And so for you to be able to create this new character, you have to shed yourself of the things that you know now and step into nothingness and allow yourself to be able to form the new version of you, the one that you need to become to be able to achieve the things that you want to achieve. The only way you can do this is by having faith. And the difference between faith and belief is beliefs are all based on past experiences. Your mind will look at your past and it will look for proof to be able to confirm a belief. And that's how they are there. You have to have gone through an experience, and then your mind will associate that to that belief, and then it'll become an indicator that your mind uses to help you navigate throughout the world. Faith is something that is based on something that hasn't happened yet. It's having trust or an inner knowingness that no matter what, you will succeed. And that's what every main character has. You see it time and time again. They come up against this unimaginable test that they have to be able to overcome. And everybody else within that movie, if they were in their shoes, would have failed. But because the main character had faith within who he is, the main character had faith in the goal or the mission that he was trying to accomplish, he was able to figure out a way to be able to pass the test. And that's why we love main characters. And so if you want to be able to become the main character within your life, to be able to create the reality or the film that you want to live, you have to be willing to pass these tests. And the only way you can pass these tests is by using faith to be able to pull you forward, especially in the beginning. As you start going, you will start to find proof as to the fact that you are becoming the person that you want to become, and then that will form new beliefs. But again, in order for you to make room for the new, you have to let go of the old. And so you have to be able to suspend the disbelief that you have long enough for you to be able to fill it in with the new beliefs. And faith will allow you to do that. In the beginning of your journey, you will walk within faith. But as you go and each step you take, you will start to build proof, and those proof will start to build new beliefs. And based on those new beliefs, they will help you become the person you need to be. And so, again, if you're tired of just continuously living in existence that you consciously did not choose, if you are tired of just playing a character that is a side character in someone else's film, you have to be able to become the main character. You have to do main character shit. And that is the biggest lesson that you can take whenever you start your journey. It will be hard, and that's because the main character's life is not supposed to be easy. But if you look at it as just another test on the way to you becoming the person that you want to become, you start to become excited for them because you know that you're moving closer to the destination that you created, not the destination that someone else created for you.